Okay everyone, here is how you find the equation of a parabola given 3 points. So the points we're going to be using for this one is going to be use 1, 1. We're going to use 2, 5. I'm going to use 0, 4. So, to find the equation of a parabola, we are going to do a 3-way simultaneous equation. So, let's write out the equation of a parabola for each one. Y equals ax squared plus Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to substitute our x and y values into this. So for this one, if it's x, y like that, you're going to say, wherever we see a y, we're going to put a 1. Wherever we see an x, we're going to put a 1. So 1 is equal to a times 1 squared plus same for this one. So x so just wherever we're seeing an x, we're putting a 2. Now for this one, so our x is actually 0, so we're going to put 4 equals a outside of 0 squared plus b outside of 0 plus c. Now, if anything times a 0, that's actually just going to mean that it cancels out. So that they will cancel, and that will cancel. So those terms actually no longer exist. Now we're just going to have 4 is equal to c. So that's going to be our first variable, because we're trying to find parabola y so we'll write our little a equals b equals. So now, for these ones, wherever we see a c, we're going to put in a 4. So we'll start with this one here. So 5. 2 squared is 4, so that's going to be 4a plus 2b plus c, or 4. So let's minus 4 from both sides to give us 1 is going to equal 4a plus 2b Now let's solve for b. So we're going to have b on one side, and then we're going to have everything else on the other side. So 1 minus, because we're going to minus 4a from both sides, 4a is equal to 2b. So let's write that, so b's on this side, so 2b is equal to 1 our b is just going to be equal to 1 on 2 minus 4 on 2a, which is equal to a half minus 4 on 2, which simplifies to 2a. Now that we got what b equals in terms of a, we're going to go over to this one, and wherever we see a b, we're going to put this equation here. So if these are equal to each other, we can put that equation wherever we see a b. So let's go over here. So 1 equals a times 1 squared is just a, plus b times 1 is just b, plus c, which we know is 4, plus 4. Now, we're going to swap this b here with this equation here. So 1 is equal to a plus 1 is equal to a plus a half so 1a minus 2a is going to give us negative a. Now 4 plus a half is going to give us, do this over here, so 4 is the same as 8 on 2 plus 1 on 2. It's going to equal 9 on 2. Negative a plus 9 on 2. Now we're going to minus 9 on 2 from both sides. So we're going to get negative 7 on 2 is equal to negative a. Now if we times both sides by negative 1, we're going to get a is equal to 7 on 2. So let's write that up here. A is equal to 7 on 2. C is equal to 4. Now to find b, we know that b is going to be a half minus 2a. So b is going to be a half minus 2 outside of 7 on 2. (14 on 2) because the 2 times by the 7. So 1 minus 14 is going to be negative 13. So b is equal to negative 13 on 2. Let's write that up here. So our final form for our parabola is going to be 7 on 2x squared plus negative 13, which plus minus will just be minus 13 on 2x plus 4. So y is equal to that. There you go. That there is how you do a parabola given 3 points. Let's check that in Desmos. And 7 on 2x squared plus negative 13 on 2 plus 4. And that goes through that point, and that point. Now let's try another parabola. So what if we make this 1 can't do that. Because we can't have straight lines between these two. If it's a vertical line, there won't be a parabola. So let's do -1. There we go. So let's try and do that parabola there that goes in between these points. So let's try and do it. Over here. So we have our 1, 1, 2, 5, -1, 4. 1, 1. Okay. So we've got our points. Now, okay, so start here. So where we see a y, we're going to put in a 4. So 4 is equal to a outside of -1 squared plus b so 4. So -1 squared will just be +1. So it is equal to a minus b, because it'll be -1b plus c. Let's do the same to this one. So 5 is equal to a times 2 squared plus b outside of 2. Because remember, whenever we see an x, we're going to put it 2 plus c. So 5 is equal to 4a. So we just swap the order of these. We're not actually changing the equation, and 2 squared is 4. Plus 2b plus c. So now 1 is equal to a times 1 so it's just going to be a plus b plus c. 1 equals so let's rearrange this one to be in terms of c. So let's minus c from both sides. So 4 minus c is going to be a minus b. So we're going to plus minus 4 from both sides. So minus 4. So negative c. A minus b minus 4. Now, times both sides by -1 to give us c. It's going to equal -a plus b plus 4. Now, we plug that into there. So where we see the c, we're going to put in that equation there. So 5 is equal to 4. Okay, 4a minus a is just going to be 3a, And 2b plus b is going to be 3b. So 5 is still equal to that. Now if we minus a 4 from both sides, well, that's a shocking 4, then we're going to get 1 is equal to 3a plus 3b. So now let's rearrange for b on this side. So 1 minus 3b is equal to 3a. And then we're going to minus 1 from both sides. So we're going to get negative 3b to 3a minus 1. Now we're going to times both sides by negative 1 to just get 3b on itself. 3b is equal to negative 3a plus 1. And we're going to divide both sides by 3. So we're going to get b is equal to negative 3 on 3, which is just going to be negative a, plus 1 on 3. So, now that we got that, we're going to put this back into here. So wherever we see a B, we're going to put this, and wherever we see a C, we're going to put that. Let's bring that down so we have a bit more space. So 1 is equal to A. Let's put the C in. We'll put the B in there as well. So 1 is equal to A plus A negative A plus 1 on 3 plus our C, which is going to be A negative A. This is going to get tight down here. Negative A plus a B, which we know that B is equal to this, so we can just say plus negative A plus 1 on 3 plus 4. It's a bit messy there, so now let's try and simplify this. So 1 is equal to A minus A plus 1 on 3 plus, it's actually going to be a negative A minus A minus A plus 1 on 3 plus 4. Okay, let's try and simplify this. A plus A will cancel. So we can see that. So 1 is equal to 1 on 3 plus 1 on 3 will be 2 on 3. 2 on 3 minus A minus 2A plus 4. Now, 2 on 3 plus 4. 4 is the same as 12 on 3. So 2 on 3 plus 12 on 3 is going to be 14 on 3. So 1 is equal to 14 on 3 minus 2A. So now let's minus 14 on 3 from both sides. So 1 is also 3 on 3 minus 14 on 3 is equal to negative 2a. Now, 3 minus 14 is going to be negative 11. So if we times both sides by negative 1, we're going to get 11 on 3. 11 on 3 is equal to 2a. So now a is going to equal 11 on 6. Now, so we know that a, oh my god, we just did all that for a. Okay, so now we know that a now to solve for b, it's actually a lot easier. So we're going to take this thing here, we isolated for b, and we're going to go b is equal to negative outside of 11 on 6 plus 1 on 3. So b is going to equal negative 11 on 6 plus 2 on 6. So b is equal to negative 9 on 6. Okay, so c is equal to negative a, negative of 11 on 6, plus negative 9 on 6, plus 4. C is equal to negative 11, 9, 6, plus 24 on 6. Put that into our calculator. Negative C is equal to 4 on 6. Okay. Is equal to, can divide both sides by 2, so 2 on 3. C is equal to 2 on 3. Let's chuck that into our Desmos. So 11 on 6, negative 9 on 6. I really hope this works. Plus 2 on 3. Look at that. Straight through all of our points. There we go. That there is how we do it. I'll just do a quick run through of what we did. So we isolated for C, and then we put that back into here, so wherever we saw a C in this one, and then we isolated for B, and then we put that into this one, and wherever we saw a C, we put this one in, and then we solved for A, and then we put that A back into this B, solve for B, and then finally we solve for C. Now it doesn't matter which order you decide to do, but that is how you solve a parabola given 3 points. Hope that was useful.